What up, motherfuckers?
What up?
Yo,
All right, so episode number 21.
Hell yeah.
I know, and now we got the Mexican that is now a permanent co-host on Chronic Sports. So y'all say hello to him.
what's going on?
Hey.
Really, Mojo?
I said hey to him.
That's all he gets.
I already said hi to him a long time ago. Everybody else has to say hi to him.
You can't plug him up a little bit. Come on.
Come on.
All right, so tonight we are going over the free agency frenzy, which we kind of, before the show, me and Mojo were kind of going over it, and I thought that we were going to be able to spend a lot of time on our three teams, but really we're not. So we're just going to go through the most notable and either trash it or agree with it. You know, was it a good fit for the team? Is it a bad fit? Was it a waste of money? What do you think? So we'll dive right the fuck into it. So I'm going to start up at the very fucking top. And of course, the first team we're going to start in the AFC East with the Buffalo Bills. I know the Buffalo Bills were kind of, I know their fans have got to be pissed right now because, like, how many times in the last couple of years they've gotten so close to that Super Bowl.
Yep. And then look
and
what
they've blown it.
Yep.
And this has been an ongoing thing with Buffalo Bills fans because if you think about it, Buffalo Bills have been to 5 Super Bowls and they lost all 5.
Seriously?
They're not win a single one.
Maybe they should stop doing that.
That's terrible. I know,
Yeah,
right?
they even went like back-to-back years, like twice, and lost both Super Bowls.
Is that the only 2 times they've been there?
No, they've been 5 times and lost all damn 5. Lost every single one of them.
So they made it to the Super Bowl, but did it win, or did they make it to the playoffs?
No, they made it to the Super Bowl.
Super
5
Bowl.
times.
And you lost all 5?
And they lost all 5.
Wow. Talk about
Now-
dropping the ball, right?
Now they've been to the AFC Championship a couple of times and deep into the playoffs for the last 3-4 years, and they've lost every time. And you know who they've lost to every time? The fucking Chiefs.
Fucking Chiefs.
Every damn time. So really, there's only two decent signings with the Buffalo Bills. First off, let's do the one that we're all gonna laugh at. They signed backup quarterback Mitchell Trubisky.
For a year, right?
Yes. So they signed him for a 2-year, $5.25 million deal that includes 2.7 guaranteed and $8.45 million in possible incentives.
I like the way they put possible in there.
Paid more.
Trubisky is probably the biggest round 1 draft pick letdown I think I've ever fucking seen. Definitely one of the biggest.
Well, maybe he'll get his head out of his, you know what, and he has incentives now. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he'll kick him in gear a little bit.
He sucked in Chicago.
He did.
He went to Buffalo for a year. Then he went to Pittsburgh for 2 years. Sucked there. And now he's back at fucking Buffalo, where he's going to fucking blow big donkey dong again.
Probably. Most likely. Because you would have thought he would have already came out already, right? Maybe you're the first year or 2, you got, you're nervous and scared and don't know what the fuck you're doing, right? Okay, fine, whatever. But after that, you should find your rhythm. You should be able to do something or become better. One of the two.
To me, Mitchell Trubisky is just like fucking Brian Hoyer. He's just going to be a permanent fucking bench warmer for his entire career. Which, I mean, getting paid millions to sit your ass on the bench, I'll put the pads on and shit. I'll sit on that bench for millions.
They're paying for his front row ticket pretty much.
Okay, if you want to fucking pay me to what, I'd do it. I'd do it in a damn heartbeat. So I don't knock him for it, but I don't think it's a good move for Buffalo, especially if Josh Allen never went down. I think it's a really bad move. He's not the greatest quarterback. He has an arm, but his accuracy is fucking dog shit compared to a lot of others. And for a team that wants to be, with a team that wants to be a Super Bowl caliber team, I think it was a terrible, terrible fucking move. I feel like the only reason they brought him back in is because he knows the Buffalo system because he's played there before. I think that's the only reason they fucking did it, to be honest. The only other one that they brought in that's notable is Curtis Samuel from the Commanders. Curtis Samuel, he was a big dog down in Carolina. He didn't do a whole lot for the Commanders. Of course, it was the Commanders that he was on. So
true, but he signed a 3-year contract and not just a 1 or 2.
Yeah, he did. He signed a 3-year contract worth $30 million. So,
we'll see what happens.
I feel like that's a bust because there was a lot better receivers that they could have went with. I mean, Michael Thomas was available. Fucking, there's so many receivers that have been available in the free agency, and they just let them all pass, and they go fucking Curtis Samuel. I mean, yes, you've got Terry McLaurin, that's your number one wide receiver with Washington, but I don't really see where they did any good with doing that. So I don't think Buffalo's going to get much out of Curtis Samuel. They're losing both of their top wide receivers, and you replace Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis with Curtis Samuel.
Yeah.
You took a big step down. Curtis Samuel is no Stephon Diggs, and he sure as hell ain't no Gabe Davis.
Well, maybe it's a thing. Maybe they're saving some money for a couple years and, kind of build up another part of their team, maybe their defense, maybe a little bit better of their offense. And then once they got a little bit of money saved up, they're going to go get themselves a better.
All right. So moving on, we're going to move to the Miami Dolphins. On this list, and as I'm looking it down, they just had a whole lot of re-signs. About the only 2 notable ones. The first one we'll talk about, Shaq Barrett. Now, that I give you an A+ for. This is the Shaq Barrett that came from Tampa Bay Buccaneers, won a Super Bowl, with them. Shaq Barrett is a fucking amazing edge rusher. I mean, he's probably one of the best. He's definitely a future Hall of Famer. So I give the Dolphins some major credit for being able to pull in Shaq Barrett. The only other notable one that they got was fucking Anthony Walker, which is a 1-year deal. They did get Jonnu Smith, but Jonnu Smith was amazing in Tennessee. And then the Patriots picked him up and gave him a big-ass deal, like a 3-year deal. He lasted a year. He only had like 105 receiving yards by the end of the fucking year. Like, he just was shit. And then they traded him, and I can't remember where he went to, and he just sat on the fucking bench. So, really, it's a complete shit pickup for fucking Miami.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it was a bad pickup. It's not good. They did pick up punter Jake Bailey, which Jake Bailey was with New England at one point, and Jake Bailey is actually an amazing punter. So that will give them kind of an edge when it comes to special teams. Overall, not that great free agency.
Not really.
And with Miami wanting to go deeper into the playoffs, I really don't see where they picked up any notable stuff. And Miami kind of blows my mind because you've got 2 of the best wide receivers in the NFL and you still couldn't do fucking shit with it. You've got Tyreek Hill And you got Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? What's the problem here?
And you got a quarterback that gets a concussion every 3 games. So
They don't make the helmets like they used to.
no, we all know about Tua. I mean, Tua is hurt every fucking 3 to 4 fucking games.
Yeah,
Maybe it's because they always play with the crocodiles.
These guys, I feel like they're getting. Well, I mean, and then too, people are learning how to run plays a lot better, be more efficient with the tackles and stuff. So, as we age in sports, we just get more better. Dude, I've seen some of those guys get knocked out on the field, like even playing like some flag football. Bro, someone get mad, just take out all their anger on that one hit.
Right.
Oh, they do it all the time.
So then we move on to the lowly New England Patriots, who picked up no one. Nothing. Your typical Patriots, they picked up Jacoby Brissett, which they drafted Brissett, then got rid of him. Brissett went to Indianapolis and went to a few other teams, and they just brought him back, and it's a fucking joke. Just like typical New England fashion, it's all a goddamn big fucking joke. And they even have a new head coach. Belichick's gone. He ain't even fucking coaching. Doesn't even look like he's going to be coaching this year. So, it's your typical horse shit. So, New England fucking in the shithole. Moving on to the New York Jets. Other than Tyron Smith,
1 year, $20 million.
Nothing. You picked up fucking Tyrod Taylor. Really? You still are not fixing your quarterback situation. Zach Wilson fucking sucks a big old bag of elephant dicks. So, I mean,
they would learn how to punt and
unless Aaron Rodgers, the biggest goddamn crybaby in football, fucking actually pulls his head out of his ass and comes back and does something for the Jets, which I highly fucking doubt.
He's been sucking the dang lately.
That's all he's done is suck the dang. He got traded out of Green Bay, went to fucking the Jets, got hurt in the first fucking game?
Yeah, and I've been crying ever since.
He's always cried his whole damn career.
He believes that New York's got everything it takes to make a push to the playoffs.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay, so we move on to the AFC North with the Baltimore Ravens. The biggest one, and I give them an A+ for just because of this, they picked up Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
That could be terrifying. I really thought Baltimore was going to win the Super Bowl last year. I really did, because they were the best team throughout the season. And they get up against the damn Chiefs, and they looked like fucking caca.
Yeah, I think they underestimated some things. I felt like they went into that being like, okay, let's try to learn some different plays. Let's try and do this and do that. And they underestimated it. They got too cocky. That starts to happen when you start pushing for the Super Bowl.
Right. So then you got Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati, I actually give them pretty good props because they actually got some pretty decent pickups in Cincinnati. They picked up fucking Zach Moss, which, yes, they traded Joe Mixon to the Texans. Everybody was fucking having a goddamn coronary over it because I was watching like Bengals Facebook pages and they were just losing their fucking minds over losing Joe Mixon.
They don't have.
And I'm a big Joe Mixon fan because he's a ex Oklahoma Sooner. He played for the Oklahoma Sooners in college, and everybody knows I'm a big Sooner fan. You know, so I'm a Joe Mixon fan. I think it's a pretty even trade because Zach Moss is really fucking good, and Joe Mixon's been in the league for a while, and he's now a vet. And we all know as running backs don't last too long in the fucking NFL. 8, maybe 9 years max. and if you're utilized correctly, but a lot of them don't make it that long because they just get worn out. They're fucking workhorses.
Carrying the team on their backs.
Right. They picked up Mike Gesicki, good tight end. He was just with New England last year. He was about one of the only fucking shining points of New England's offense last year. He did great in Miami. He was a force in Miami. He's a good, solid tight end. So that was a good pickup. They got offensive tackle Trent Brown. Trent Brown was with New England. Then he spent some time with Las Vegas. He's probably one of the best offensive tackles in the league. Definitely going to be a future Hall of Famer. So that was a decent pickup for Cincinnati. And then they brought back Von Bell. So overall, pretty good. Pretty good. Now, whether they can – what?
They should be a pretty decent team, to be honest with you, this year.
Yeah. Now, I know a lot of people are like, why aren't you talking about T. Higgins? Well, T. Higgins, yeah, he got the franchise tag, but he just asked for a trade because he does not want to play on the franchise tag. So he's either going to have to be
some more trades happening. You know, things can change overnight.
Well, they're either going to have to trade him or he's going to sit out a year until his contract runs up, and he'll sit out a year. But the bad thing about sitting out a year is you sit out a year, your market value fucking drops because they're like, well, you haven't played for a whole year. You know?
Yeah.
So when those receivers do that, because we've seen receivers and running backs do that, and what's happened, their careers went down the shithole. Because if you remember back in the Pittsburgh days, Le'Veon Bell did it.
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell didn't want to play on franchise tag. He sat out a year. Then he went to the Jets, and nobody ever really heard his fucking name again. He did shit in New York, and then poof, he fucking disappeared.
You're forgotten very quickly if you're not a great player.
Yeah,
Too much time off.
Yeah, he just disappeared. So moving on next to the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland actually did a pretty good job. They picked up Jameis Winston, solid backup quarterback. Can't hate on that. They got Deonta Foreman, badass running back, very good, very solid. They got Jerry Jeudy, which was Denver's number one wide receiver for the last couple of years. So they did pick up some really good fucking players. They got Devin Bush. Cleveland might be on the road to some sort of success.
They're working on it.
I mean, they've been sniffing at it for the last couple of years.
Yeah, picking up a couple players here and there, kind of, manipulating their team and trying to figure out what they need because they're slowly becoming better.
They are. They definitely are. So we're going to talk about two teams that are kind of tied into this. We'll talk about the other team again later on in the thing. So we're moving on to the Pittsburgh Steelers. You signed Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
He sucked in Denver, by the way. Why in the fuck would you trade for Justin Fields? And Chicago, why would you trade the only quarterback you had left? Chicago has no quarterbacks. None.
They looking for somebody. They got their eye on something.
Well, the bad thing is they have to draft a quarterback. They were talking about trading their first round pick. They have the number one pick in the first round. Chicago does.
Yeah.
You just traded away your quarterback, which you could have traded, and Justin Fields is actually pretty damn decent. But he didn't have a fucking team around him for shit. You just picked up a good wide receiver. You picked up fucking Keenan Allen, one of the best wide receivers in the league.
Yeah.
You picked up some solid fucking So you finally pick up some solid players to trade your number one quarterback to the goddamn Pittsburgh Steelers. Now you have to draft a quarterback in the first round.
Yep.
If there's a good one this year.
Well, everybody's talking about Caleb Williams. And Caleb Williams is a fucking douchebag. I don't know if y'all have ever watched his fucking, like, the shit that he wants, but the team that drafts him, he wants to guarantee that he gets a portion of ownership of whatever team drafts him.
See, and that's how people lose their careers too. They're too greedy. And they just get, nobody wants them just because of that attitude. If
Well,
they're like that, so serious
his
about
ego is this goddamn fucking big.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
His
right.
ego is bigger than the size of fucking the state of Alaska.
I don't really think that's okay anywhere unless you're like sheltered and, your friends are just too nice to tell you, I guess.
When teams did visits, Chicago's the only team that visited him.
Yeah.
You don't have the clout to fucking goddamn demand the shit that he's demanding.
Yeah. You got to prove it first, like really
Your
prove it.
team didn't even go win. You didn't even win a national title.
Yeah.
Michigan won.
Yeah. He's probably one of those guys that blamed it on everybody else too.
Of course. He did his job.
Yeah.
So I hope to hell they have a different pick other than goddamn. I hope Caleb Williams don't get picked. I wouldn't. I don't give a damn. I would not pick him just because of his ego alone. I would not fucking pick him.
Yeah, I can get him in a lot of trouble.
There's just no fucking way. So Pittsburgh, they picked up some other good ones. They got Patrick McQueen, damn good pickup. They picked up fucking Cameron Johnston. They got Christian Kuntz re-signed. So those are all pretty decent pickups. Russell Wilson, I'm fucking iffy about. I'm very iffy. Now, right now, what's going on in free agency, there is a free agency rumor that the Vikings are now in talks with Pittsburgh about trading Pittsburgh Justin Jefferson. If that happens, the AFC's in some deep shit.
It's really good to watch.
You're in some deep shit because Justin Jefferson is like fucking baby Randy Moss. I mean, I'm such a big Justin Jefferson fan. I was actually considering buying his fucking Vikings jersey. It's just because I like him that much.
Yeah.
The guy's amazing. So if that happens, you know what? Big up to the fucking Steelers for doing some serious shit.
Yeah.
So moving on to the AFC South. Start with the Houston Texans. Houston's definitely working on some shit.
Yes, they are.
They got awfully damn close last year. They beat out my Jaguars for the fucking AFC South crown. Even though we beat them last year, they still got it because they won more games, unfortunately. But they just got fucking Joe Mixon, and a huge one for them. They got Daniel Hunter from fucking Minnesota, which everybody knows Daniel Hunter is a fucking beast. They took one of my favorite players from Jacksonville. They got Foley Futakasi, and he's a fucking beast. Texans seriously fucking bulked up.
They sure did.
The Texans are going to be a force to be fucking reckoned with come next year.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be in the top ranks.
It makes me sick to my stomach.
Well, you can't count on Dallas, so go for Houston, right?
Yeah.
What up, Jordan? Yeah, we're going to get to Minnesota. You just hang in there, buddy. So Indianapolis, the only one that's really worth even talking about is Joe Flacco. Now, I know a lot of people like major veteran. He's probably on his way out. Yeah, but still, that motherfucker did some serious shit with fucking Cleveland with Deshaun Watson going out. He took Cleveland to the playoffs. He's won a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
He won Comeback Player of the Year last year at the NFL Honors.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good move for Indy. It's a good, solid backup for Indy, pending that Richardson comes back next year. So we'll see what happens. Now on to my Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, you little thieves.
Jacksonville did some serious moves this year. Some moves that I'm happy. We traded for Mac Jones from the New England Patriots. He's from Jacksonville, grew up a Jacksonville fan. I know a lot of people are like, well, he didn't do shit in New England. Yeah, but what the fuck did he have in New England? He had no offensive line. He had no fucking receivers. He had fucking nothing. Nothing. So I like the pickup. We got Buffalo's number one wide receiver, Gabe Davis.
Crazy.
Huge fucking pickup for Jacksonville. They got Devin Duvernay from Baltimore. Another huge fucking pickup. They got defensive captain Mitch Morse from Buffalo. Their big starting center, who that whole that whole offensive line was wrapped around, was Mitch Morse. Which everybody also knows that Mitch Morse was also a big player in Kansas City at one point. They got Eric Armstead. They took your defensive captain too from San Francisco.
And apparently, he has to have a buddy with him.
So they also picked up from Baltimore Ronald Darby. Everybody knows Ronald Darby. He's a badass. Then they also picked up the Packers' pride and joy on defense, safety Darnell Savage. Now, there was a possibility of Jacksonville getting Brandon Ayuk, but Jacksonville just turned them down because of what they asked for.
All right.
Because they wanted Jacksonville's first-round pick plus another player. Obviously, Jacksonville was not going to let that go. So, Brandon Ayuk is not coming to Jacksonville. Next, we've got before we get into that, we've got to go to a commercial break, and we will be right back. Maybe. Okay, we got it.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
You know what I fucking hate? Fucking animal whore. A fucking shark. Bitch, please, this fucking dildo with teeth is beating your ass. It took you 2 hours of film to kill a goddamn shark. Fucking Steve Irwin could have fucking showed up, took a shot at Jack, would have been like, crikey, you motherfuckers can't do shit. We're just gonna jump in there with a knife, take here, got its guts out, presto, you're dead. It would have been like a scene from 300, Crocodile Hunter, guts wrapped around him, screaming, "This is Discovery Channel!"
All right, so we've got a graphic novel comic book coming out within the next year. That clip is actually based off of the animated movie that will be coming out after that. So be on the lookout for that. That is in the process. It is being worked on. That character is actually in the graphic novel. It will be in the movie, and that character is actually voiced by myself. So keep a lookout for that. Anyways, Mojo, Mexican, you guys run the fucking second half.
The second half, you crazy?
No.
Go for it, Mexican.
All right, so who are we starting with? We talked about
You're on the Tennessee Titans.
Jaguars, Titans.
Yeah, we're on the Titans.
Yeah, so We got Mason Rudolph that signed a 1-year deal. For
Mason Rudolph's not bad. He played it. I got to watch him a little bit in college because he went to Oklahoma State. So I watched him play Oklahoma. He didn't do bad with the Steelers. I mean, he's a decent backup quarterback, so I'm not mad at it. I don't know if y'all know much about him, but he's a pretty decent quarterback.
Yeah. Is it Tony Pollard, however you say his name?
Yeah.
And they put down some good money for him. For a
What
running
up,
back.
Robert from Glasgow, Scotland?
Well, hey
Whoa,
there.
what's up, Robert?
We're going to get to the Chiefs. I promise you, Robert. We're going to get to the Chiefs. Tony Pollard. How do y'all feel about Tony Pollard? Because he had that one good year in Dallas. Yes, he shined that first year, but last year he didn't do fucking jack shit.
I think he has some potential. That's what I think. I think he just needs to be paired up with the right people.
Yeah.
Do you really think he's a good pick to try to replace Derrick Henry?
No idea. I mean, we'll see when he, because it's different when you get with a new team. You don't know really know who's doing what or what's happening, or just the inner workings of it. So
you never know.
Along, then I'm pretty sure he'll have a good year.
All right. Who else we got? Oh, who else we got from the Titans? There's one I'm waiting on y'all to say because I'm gonna fucking explode on this motherfucker.
Calvin.
Oh, motherfucking traitor, motherfucker! Oh, you fucking traitor!
Yeah, you mad about that one, are you?
I am about that one. I'm so fucking mad about that one.
Well, do you see what he's getting paid? I'm sitting here looking at how much these guys are getting paid, and how much that man is getting paid is absolutely freaking ridiculous. It's like 2 or 3 salaries of one of some of these other ones.
Yeah. Well, that's probably like 10 salaries.
Yeah. Damn. All I gotta say.
Here's what I don't understand. Yes, Calvin Ridley's a badass. I loved him in Jacksonville. He did some good stuff. I was a huge I was so excited when we traded for him from Atlanta. We got him. I was so fucking stoked. Mm-hmm. But what I don't understand, and hopefully maybe you two can fucking explain this to me. You just paid Calvin Ridley.
Yep.
This big, mega $97 million contract. But you wouldn't give a similar contract to A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
Who's younger, a little bit faster, and an absolute badass in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
If I was A.J. Brown, I'd be fucking pissed.
It's all about the money, probably. I mean, I'm looking at this and he's getting paid $92 million. Are you serious? Like, what the heck?
Right.
So it's very confusing, to be honest with you. I just don't understand it. But I know that they're juggling things around because look, they got rid of some, but they also got some really amazing players. And maybe that's what they had to do is they had to get rid of that big name one to get 3 top players. Because you got to look at what you've gotten as well.
It just chaps my ass. And the fact that motherfucker had the goddamn audacity, the audacity to say that he wanted to stay a Jaguar.
Yeah.
But had to go to you lying motherfucker.
Had to go. He had to go because he's getting paid more.
You lying.
Because I know Jacksonville's not going to pay that.
No, do you know what Jacksonville offered him?
What?
$80 million.
Well, he's getting 92 here.
Yeah, but if you want to really, that's greed in a goddamn handbasket.
Karma comes around.
I hope we beat the fucking bricks off of them both games next year. I'm salty. I'm salty. I don't give a fuck. I'm
Oh,
salty
God,
as fuck.
I'm so mad.
I am mad. I'm mad as fuck.
Don't
I
be
am
mad.
mad
It's
as
all
fuck.
right. It's all right. It'll be all right.
All right, so we're going on to the AFC West. We're going to start with the Denver Broncos.
Ooh, Denver. Not a re-sign.
Nothing.
Not
nothing.
really, because they're all re-signs and just mediocre.
Yeah, they fucking didn't do jack shit. You got rid of your starting quarterback. They're going to be probably one of the worst teams in the NFL next year.
Probably.
They haven't done a thing.
We have, one of your favorite teams coming up.
The goddamn Kansas City Chiefs.
Damn Chiefies. But we do have some Chiefs fans out here tonight, so.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, they really didn't do much either. They signed Marquise Brown. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Hollywood Brown, he played in Oklahoma. He's a good wide receiver.
Yeah.
Not mad at that. They got Irv Smith for a year from Cincinnati. Irv Smith, good player. That's about the only ones that are really worth a damn.
Yeah, because they re-signed Chris Jones, and that seems to be where, there's your big name spot and where they're going to put their money at.
Yeah. Did the pay? We already passed the Patriots. No, the Patriots haven't done shit. They fucking, as far as free agency, down the fucking shithole.
Yeah, nothing too crazy,
Yeah.
nothing too big.
They're in the fucking shithole.
Yep.
Moving on to the Vegas Raiders.
Well, they signed Minshew. Is it Minshew?
Fucking Gardner Minshew, who's a backup quarterback. He used to be in Jacksonville. He was in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Then he went to Indianapolis. And he did some okay stuff in Indy. Not too bad. But really, that's the only signing you do is a goddamn backup quarterback? Who's probably going to end up being your top quarterback because you let Jimmy, you cut Jimmy Garoppolo, so now you ain't got no Jimmy G.
Yeah,
you're going with Gardner Minshew. You're going with Uncle Rico.
Yeah,
really?
But they did pick up Wilkins. I mean, they didn't really do a whole heck of a lot either, but at least Christian Wilkins is not bad.
No, he's not. It's a good pickup, but I don't know what Vegas needs. Like, I really don't, because on paper, over the last couple of years, on paper, Vegas looked amazing. Yeah, but their execution has sucked.
Yeah.
Has completely sucked.
For as much as that they can put into that team, it kind of shocks me that there isn't different players on that team.
I'm just at a fucking loss for it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what is going on in Vegas. I don't know what's going through their fucking minds.
They're not thinking money about that's for dang sure.
I mean, I wish I knew. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say about them. The Chargers, moving on to the Los Angeles Chargers.
Let's see.
About the only decent thing was they did pick up 2 good tight ends. You got Will Dissly and you picked up Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst is pretty good.
Yeah. Hayden Hurst was really more well known for his time in Cincinnati. Maybe this will be a fresh start for him. Maybe he'll be able to do something with Los Angeles. But overall, the Chargers really kind of sucked. You lost your number 1 wide receiver. You lost your number 1 running back. You did pick up a good backup quarterback, unless you're going to have them battle it out for number 1, which is between Justin Herbert and. Well, no, they didn't pick. They just got Justin Herbert. I'm sorry. Fucking Jimmy G went to the Rams. Other Los Angeles team. Chargers, I don't feel like they did anything worth really hardly even fucking mentioning other than the 2 tight ends, and that's not going to fix your problem. It sure as hell isn't going to fix your problem on the wide receiver side of things.
No, but they kind of came back towards the end there. They kind of surprised people towards the end, but it's not going to be enough to.
No, it's not. Next one, NFC East, Dallas Cowboys. Cowgirls did absolutely jack shit. Nothing. 4 people. 4 people.
They have not moved on anything.
4 people. And 3 of them are re-signs.
Yeah.
The only decent pickup they fucking got was Eric Kendricks. And that's it.
Wow.
That's it.
I guess so.
Mind-blowing, Jerry. Mind-blowing.
Just like what? Seriously.
Fucking mind-blowing. I don't even know. Cowboys are fucked.
Yeah, they just honestly think that their shit don't stink, yo. You know, they just think that that's what it is, and they don't need to change and try to, you know, I don't know, be better than what they are because they suck.
Yeah, fuck the Cowboys. Fuck the Cowboys.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Moving on to the Giants. The only decent one they picked up, Devin Singletary. That's it. And you got rid of your top running back, and you got rid of all kinds of other fucking top ones that could have done something for you, and you gave it all away.
Sure did.
So moving on, Philadelphia Eagles did not do a bad job. They did not do a bad job. They traded for Kenny Pickett. They ended up stealing Saquon Barkley from the fucking Giants. Damn good pickup. They got a good wide receiver from New England. They picked up Devontae Parker. Damn good pickup. They got Matt Hennessy. They got Devin White. C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Jake Elliott. They did some massive pickups.
They sure did. It's like they restructured their whole team.
They did. And again, they should, because we could see what happened with the Eagles last year.
Yeah. Could be a team to look at this year. We don't know, but there's some, you know, those are some pretty decent picks right there. And you got enough of them. Maybe, you know, you can see some magic up there. Who knows?
Right. So moving on to the Washington Commanders.
Am I too
You
late
got-
for the Cowboys?
Yeah, we already passed the Cowboys. They didn't do jack shit. They stuck their dicks in the dirt.
They did.
You got Commanders got Marcus Mariota. I could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler, which was the Chargers' #1 running back. He is badass. He's teeny tiny. He's extremely elusive. It's hard to see him coming out of the backfield, which is why those tiny little running backs are so fucking good. Because you can't see them. You can't see them over those big, giant 6'6" fucking offensive linemen. You can't fucking see them. The motherfucker's like 5'2", 5'3".
I know. Probably run under your legs or something.
Dude, and he's a killer when it comes to fantasy.
Yeah.
Like I've used Austin Eckler a lot in fantasy, and he has racked up the goddamn points.
Yep. They give him the ball quite a bit.
They picked up Zach Ertz, damn good fucking tight end,
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion, went to the Eagles. He was just playing in Arizona. You know, not a bad pickup.
Trader.
You missed my whole Calvin Ridley rant. you missed that. Yeah, I went off the fucking rails. The tush push. Oh my god, we're gonna have. Oh, I see your head. Go Mojo, go. Do you know about the tush push of Philadelphia?
The complete stupidness of Philadelphia.
I have not heard what's going on.
Look it up. Look up tush push and Google it. Trust me. It's worth it. It's worth it. Washington picked up a few other decent people. They got Bobby Wagner. That's a really good one. Dante Fowler Jr., kicker Brandon McManus, which Brandon's kind of going downhill, so that's not that great. So let's move on to the NFC North with the Chicago Bears. You got all of these great pickups. You picked up fucking Keenan Allen. You signed DeAndre Swift. You got Gerald Everett. You picked up some serious offensive weapons to get rid of your quarterback.
Yeah, why would you do that? But who's their number one quarterback now?
They don't have one.
That's what I thought.
The only quarterback they got is Brett Rypien, who fucking blows asshole.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, at least he's good at something.
So, like I said earlier, Chicago has to fucking draft a quarterback with the number one draft pick. They really do. They have to, unless they got some type of trade up their ass to trade for a veteran quarterback.
They do a lot of stuff with that.
They have to draft a quarterback with that number one draft pick.
Yeah.
The only way that they're going to save their ass is if somehow they're able to trade the number one draft pick for a veteran quarterback and extra picks, because Chicago only has 5 picks in this draft. Only 5.
They're playing the lottery.
Well, that's what it is.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I'm just saying they've got to do something, or they're going to be super fucked, and they're going to get next year's number one draft pick too. So,
yep, it's one of those things. That good luck,
right?
But hey, maybe if you have just a decent quarterback and you have a really good strong team, maybe they can run, a good offense enough. Maybe their running game will be.
Well, their running game will be badass because they got DeAndre.
They just got to hand off the ball. So.
Push.
Yeah. So here we go. We only got about 10 minutes left, so we got to fly through these last couple of ones. Detroit Lions, a lot of re-signs.
Yeah.
That's about it. Moving on to the Green Bay Packers. Josh Jacobs is probably the only notable one they got, but they let go to Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is way better than Josh Jacobs. Way better. To me, that was dumb. That was fucking dumb. And then you sent Aaron Jones to one of your rivals to the fucking Vikings.
Right. But then the Vikings pick up a quarterback, Dan Darnold or something like that.
Yeah, but they don't have the Vikings did the same thing the Bears did. They got rid of both their quarterbacks. They got rid of fucking Josh Dobbs, sent him to San Francisco, and Kirk Cousins left and signed with Atlanta. For you to turn around and pick up, of all people, Sam Darnold.
Yeah, they're booting their quarterbacks. Weird.
So,
do these people not know how football works? You got to have a good QB.
I mean, again, Minnesota did a lot of great pickups, but the worst thing they fucking did was got rid of their quarterbacks.
Yep.
Worst thing they could have done. So it wasn't good. I mean, they did. They picked up a lot of good people, but got rid of their quarterbacks. Then you move on to Atlanta Falcons. Kirk Cousins, I think he fucking blows asshole. I don't think he's a good quarterback, even though he did good in Minnesota.
You see how
what are you going to be able to do with Atlanta?
God dang.
You picked up Darnell Mooney from Chicago. That's a decent pickup. They acquired Rondell Moore from Arizona. Rondell Moore's a badass. I'll give you that.
Yep.
So Atlanta didn't do too bad.
No, they should be a pretty good team this year. It could be either way with them.
Moving on to the Carolina Panthers. They're still going to suck. They did get Deontay Johnson from Pittsburgh. They signed David Moore. That's really the only. I'm Jordan Fuller. Other than that, they didn't really do jack shit. New Orleans Saints. Their only two decent ones they did was they got Chase Young from the 49ers, which that was stupid for the 49ers to let Chase Young go. I would have never done that. And they did sign the fucking honey badger, Tyrann Mathieu, which was good pickup. But you let go of your number one wide receiver, and he goes to Atlanta.
Yes.
Which is Michael Thomas. So now New Orleans just lost their number one primary target and have not picked up another wide receiver. So hopefully they'll be able to pick up some type of badass wide receiver in the draft. But who knows? We'll have to see once that time comes. Moving on to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay picked up a shit ton. They gave Baker Mayfield what he deserved, and I am a big Baker Mayfield fan. He deserved it. He took Tampa really fucking deep. I was actually rooting for Tampa in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
They did. They picked up a lot of people. They got a whole lot of stuff sewed up. They kept Mike Evans. They kept fucking Chase Edmonds. Not too bad.
Levante David. They kept a lot of people.
Yeah. So moving on to the Arizona Cardinals. Trading for Desmond Ritter, terrible idea. Sorry, homie. Desmond Ritter was a terrible move.
Yeah, well.
Guy's not good. He's stunk it up in Atlanta. I don't think he's going to be able to do much better in Arizona behind Kyler Murray. I just don't see it. You did get Justin Jones. I mean, you as a Cardinals fan, how do you feel like y'all did free agency?
I guess he would. I guess he did all right.
Yeah,
as long as he's getting paid to play, everybody's doing all right.
True that. All right, moving on to the Los Angeles Rams. About the only decent one they picked up was Jimmy G, and he's also suspended for the first 4 games.
Oops.
So
come on, everybody knows. Everybody should know by now what he does. I mean, it's either by now you get over it.
Right.
You get
Simple
what
as
you
that.
get with it. It really is.
49ers, you picked up a decent backup quarterback with Joshua Dobbs. He's not bad. He's actually pretty good. Played in Tennessee. I remember watching him in Tennessee. Did a great job. He did a good job backing up Kirk Cousins in Minnesota. Not bad. He showed some pretty decent moments of some shining brilliance. So it's not a bad pickup. And then really the only other one that you really got that's decent was from Houston when you got fucking Malik Collins. So
yeah, we haven't really made a whole lot of big moves except for getting rid of some key players pretty much. Thank goodness one of my main players is still here. Whew.
At least you still got McCaffrey.
McCaffrey and Kettle are my two. Those are my homies.
And right now, for the moment, you still got Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. But last I heard, y'all were in talks about trading Deebo Samuel to fucking Baltimore.
They better stop their shit. Stop it.
It's getting scary. Getting scary.
So
moving on to the last team on the list is the Seattle Seahawks. They traded for Sam Howell, who was in Washington. Yeah. I'm not digging the Sam Howell trade.
Hey, maybe this is his year to show it. I mean, that's kind of what it is. Or next year he's going to be going somewhere worse. So,
really, the best thing they got was Rayshawn Jenkins, which was my favorite player in Jacksonville, and I damn near literally cried when we cut Jenkins. It hurt my soul. It hurt me so deep that I damn near cried.
It's true, everybody. I was there.
It's my other jersey that I got hanging up in there, and it just completely broke my fucking soul getting rid of Rayshon Jenkins.
Well, he was there for 4 years.
Yeah, he was there for a good minute. So
I thought there was an emergency, and here it was, a football emergency.
Overall, so now we're in the last few minutes. What team do you think did the best in free agency?
The best. That was way up at the tippy top. Hold on.
I think it was the Ravens, right?
I mean, it's just his personal opinion.
Yeah, not them. Let me go back up here. Please hold. I need my queuing.
The Falcons.
I think the Vikings still did pretty good. I think Atlanta, they have a few ones that they had up there, but they're not the best.
I actually have two on my list that I think were made the best moves at filling major necessities that are tied. Well, not really tied. I'd actually say number one and number two on my list. Philadelphia would be my number one.
Yeah.
They got a lot of decent pickups, filled a lot of really good holes. I think they did well. And the second would actually be my Jacksonville Jaguars. Both of them made pretty huge splashes in free agency, signed a lot of big name people, Philadelphia and Jacksonville. Jacksonville filled the most holes. Both of them got really huge, notable players.
Yeah.
And I would say that the third team, I would probably go with the Pittsburgh Steelers, pending they're able to land Justin Jefferson. If they land Justin Jefferson, they're up there at fucking number 3 for me.
Yeah, but they've been with the same team for 5 years?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. If they haven't been there after 2, then probably not.
Right. So, on that, boys and girls, we have ran out of time. Please do not forget, in the morning, caffeine injection, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow night, Buzzkill Cinema, 10 o'clock p.m. We're doing Killer Clowns from Outer Space tomorrow night. I have no idea what the fuck we're doing in the morning, but we will fucking figure that out. And there is no Hellfire Lounge this Saturday, so that will be following Saturday. And on that, we love you guys. Have a fantastic night. You got your weekend coming up. So don't do stupid shit. Don't drink and drive. Be good to each other. We're fucking out of here.
Bye.